So is the stock market about to do a complete 180? We're going to break down the data, look at 10 specific stocks, and figure out if they're signaling a huge shift in where the money is going.
All right, to really get where we might be heading, we've got to look back at what just happened because honestly, the market just pulled off something that statistically it just shouldn't have happened.
Okay, so you got to understand, September is typically a total disaster for the S&P 500. I mean, historically, it's the only month that averages a loss. But this past September, not only did it not go down, it actually went up by 0.8%. That's a big deal. And this isn't just some one-off fluke. According to the analysts we're following from Stock Charts TV, this unexpected strength could be just the beginning. They literally said, we're moving into the most bullish time of the year. So yeah, it really feels like the market's got some serious momentum right now. I mean, as of early October, the market is just on fire. We're talking record highs for both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. One analyst is even calling for the S&P to hit 7,000 before the year is out. And here's the funny thing. We got some weak jobs data, which you'd think is bad, but it's actually great news for the market because it makes it more likely the Fed will start cutting interest rates. But, okay, underneath all this good news, something else is going on, something a little weird. There's one specific sector that's been flying under the radar, and it's suddenly starting to make some very interesting moves. And wow, this chart really tells the story, doesn't it? The S&P 500 had a great week, up 1.1%. But look at the healthcare sector. It just went into absolute overdrive, surging an incredible 5%. That's a huge difference. And look, this is why that 5% jump is such a massive deal. It wasn't just one good week. This move completely shattered a downtrend that's been going on for a full year. For you chart watchers out there, you know what that is. It's a major, major technical reversal. Okay, so a breakout that big begs the question, what's going on inside the healthcare sector? Let's peel back the layers and see what's driving this. So what's really powering this thing? You know, when you see a 5% jump in a sector that massive, it's usually not everything moving at once. It's almost always a sign that a few key areas are just exploding. And yet, the data backs it up completely. It really came down to two industries doing all the heavy lifting. Pharmaceuticals were up an incredible 9.3%, and biotechnology was right behind them, up 8%. These two were basically the rocket fuel for the entire sector. So this leads to the next logical question. How did the analyst actually find the best stocks in this hot area?